What's up guys, Rob the Awesome here, and today we're going to be looking at one of Medic's most creative metaguns yet, which helps provide resistances for all damage types in the game, the Vaccinator. This isn't your average metagun. A lot of time and effort is required to make the upside shine on the battlefield. Many often wonder what makes the Vaccinator worth using over any of the other secondaries. Is it any good to begin with? How do we make use of such a complex metagun? With uber timing, target conditioning, and specific class heals, you'll be tanking the entire enemy team in no time. In order to get the most out of this weapon and truly value its gameplay mechanics, we need to dive right into this weapon's stats and point out what each one is specifically used for. To start, the Vaccinator gains Ubercharge 67% faster than the stock metagun, giving you more chances to pull out that sweet Ubercharge advantage. But this isn't your standard metagun. You can cycle through multiple resist types to protect you and your heal target, switching between bullet, explosive, and fire at your discretion. Resistance Bubble gives you and your heal target a 10% resistance to that specific damage type, but only if you are healing him throughout. The Ubercharge also works a little differently than normal Uber, as it has 4 slots worth of Uber charges to use from instead of just 1. Each slot is 25% of the meter, and each Uber gives you and your heal target 2.5 seconds of massive resistance. The resistance the Uber has is based on the one you picked, providing you and your heal target 75% resistance to that specific damage type, and a 100% crit damage immunity to that damage type as well. The Uber Bubble shield stays on you and your heal target even if you aren't continuously healing them, giving you the ability to pop on many teammates at once. Now we get to the downsides. The downside to such a wacky pile of upsides is that the Uber charge rate is decreased by 33% on overhealed patients, rewarding medics who heal teammates that need it the most. And lastly, the overheal build rate is decreased by 66%, making it super difficult to give your patients maximum overheal all around. Now that we've looked into the stats, let's focus on how to effectively use this weapon in combat. Seems over the top for a metagun. What happened to the simplicity of just building up the Ubercharge and popping it to get benefits? The cycle of damage resistance is heavily reliant on how good and how knowledgeable the medic holding it is, and can often be scary not knowing if he has your back or not. There are many simple tactics you can utilize to reduce the effectiveness of the downsides and power your team through impenetrable defenses. The first thing you need to do is to make sure you heal any and all injured teammates. Sounds super obvious, right? It's a lot more common for medics to stick with 1 or 2 targets that'll get the job done and push forward. However, doing that will only hold the Vaccinator back and reduce its effectiveness overall. The Vaccinator is specifically designed for the entire team, whereas other metiguns are designed to focus 1 or 2 people while slightly buffing the rest. The next step to utilizing the Vaccinator is to understand the cycle of resistances that the weapon goes through. You can't immediately select the damage type you want. The weapon goes through a cycle that you need to properly select. It begins with bullet, as it is the most commonly used damage type in the game. It transitions to explosive damage, and lastly to fire type damage. The cycle resets back to the beginning, but having the knowledge of how the system works will reduce the stress and panic needed to pick the right resistances at proper times. Moving forward, it's super important to know that you can use 2 or even 3 of your resistance types at once with your Ubercharge. When you use an Ubercharge on, let's say, bullet resistance, you can maintain that bubble shield while switching to another resistance type like explosive or fire when you're in a pinch. You can even pop a second Uber as the first one is going on. This can be used to maintain 2 people at once or give you and your heal target all 3 types of resistances in one go. But all of that is super risky. Be sure not to overreact and use all the Ubercharge at once. It's better to understand the situation and make use of the charge that you have to the best of your ability. Just know that you aren't limited with the Vaccinator. Be sure to tank through the damage and go on huge kill streaks with the knowledge in hand. The last tip that is needed to properly utilize this metagun is to pick your fights both against enemies and with your teammates. The biggest weakness that the Vaccinator has is coordinated teamwork, and in a game called Team Fortress 2, that's pretty much all the time. Even if you constantly kept popping all types of resistances, a coordinated attack between 2 or 3 damage types completely wipes out anything good about the metagun itself. It's okay to abandon a teammate if the situation looks dire, or to bounce from one teammate to the next if the situation looks more favorable. Don't put too much stress on your plate, and don't believe you need to keep everyone alive. Make do with what you have and take on only a handful of enemies rather than dive bomb into a sea of opponents. I wasn't kidding when I said that it takes a lot of effort and stability in order to make this weapon work out, and no matter how hard you try, against a coordinated attack, this weapon falls short of excellent. It's a middle ground that can counter a lot of situations, but gives up strong Ubercharge capabilities for a few seconds of faith for whoever it is you're healing. No special attack boost, no invulnerability, and no quick heals. It all relies on you and the situations you face, and sometimes it's inevitably going to get you killed. All in all though, the Vaccinator turns you and your heal target into a tank that can take on 3 to 4 enemies head on without having to worry about the odds. It turns the tide of battle on its head and can be a great way to gain momentum and win the fight. Make use of the tips I've mentioned, whether they are obvious or not, and boost your metagame to a whole new level. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you like these types of videos, leave a like and subscribe. Maybe even tell me what weapon I should review for next time. Every sub counts and makes a huge impact on the channel. Also, if we manage to get 50,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a super duper unusual giveaway. So if you got the message, write in all caps, "Vac me baby," to let me know. Remember to be awesome, stay awesome, and to have an awesome day. I'm Rob the Awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao for now.